Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everybody, today we're making Hidden Heart cupcakes. I found this recipe on a website and I'll give you a link to that website in the description box below. So if you want to print it out to make this, that's where you can go to find it. This would be perfect for Valentine's Day. In a large bowl, you're going to place 3/4 of a cup of butter that's been brought to room temperature and is therefore soft. This is the equivalent to 1.5 sticks of butter as well. To this, you're going to add 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. And then blend this together with an electric mixer or by hand until it is light and fluffy. Then you're going to add 3 eggs, one at a time, beating after the addition of each of the eggs. Also, don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowl as you go. So there's the last of the eggs being blended in. Now you need to add the seeds from half a vanilla bean. That's what the recipe calls for. I'm using half of a tablespoon of pure vanilla bean paste. This was given to me by Beth, who is cooking and crafting. I'm also adding half a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and blending that together. If you don't have vanilla bean paste, you can use regular vanilla. Use half a tablespoon of regular vanilla. Then I'm going to incorporate 2 1/2 cups of flour and 1 1/3 cups of milk, a little at a time until it's all blended in. And I added the milk and the flour in about 3 additions. Then take 1.5 cups of the batter, which is about 1/3 of the batter, and put it into a small bowl. For the rest of the batter, cover it up with some plastic wrap and just set it aside. The batter in the small bowl will make the cake for the hearts that are in the center of the cupcakes. So add a little bit of food coloring until you get a nice shade of pink. I'm just using plain old red food color, liquid food color. You could use gel food color as well. Then place it into an 8 by 8 inch baking dish or cake pan that's been greased. Spread it out and bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes until it's lightly browned along the edges, and when you insert a toothpick in the center, it comes out clean. Once your cake has cooled completely, you're going to invert it onto a cutting board or right onto your countertop, and then you're going to cut out some hearts. You need to select a cookie cutter heart shape that's small enough that'll fit into your cupcake liners that you have. And simply cut out the heart shapes. There's probably enough cake here to probably cut out 18 or so. It works out so you can probably get about 16 or so cupcakes in total. The rest of the scraps, of course, you can keep to eat or use for cake pops. Fill up your muffin liners. I found these really cute Valentine liners made by Wilton. I found them at the Bulk Barn. Then place 2 tablespoons of the white batter in the bottom of each of your muffin cups. And then place a cake heart point side down into the batter. Just kind of push it until it gets to the bottom. And the important thing here is to make sure that they're all facing the right way. They're all facing the same way, because when you cut through the cupcake, if you cut the wrong way, you won't get your heart shape. Then cover it over with about a tablespoon of batter. The recipe itself says a teaspoon, but I found that it wasn't quite enough. A tablespoon is perfect. If there's still a little bit of pink showing, that's okay, because as the cupcakes bake, they'll puff up and they'll cover it over quite nicely. Works out very well. Then bake them at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're lightly browned, and when you stick a toothpick in the edge of it, it comes out clean. Let them cool. Now, I didn't let it cool completely here. That's why that cupcake is sticking so much to the liner. It should peel off better than that. But I wanted to show you what it looked like inside. So I'm cutting through it at the right angle, and when you do that, you get this really cute little heart shape in the center. Just remember, when you take these out of the pan, you line them up on the cupboard so that they're all facing the same way. There's a little cupcake heart. Now, one easy way of figuring out which is which, you'll see the little mark I made on the cupcake. that's the front of the heart, so you know which way to slice it. This pink icing I made is fantastic, and I'm going to post a recipe for this particular frosting tomorrow. It's a light and fluffy and not that super sweet icing. It's fantastic. I'll show you that tomorrow. So there you go. Hidden Heart Valentine cupcakes. Give them a try. Those little Valentine picks actually came with the cupcake liners, like in a little Valentine's kit. You could easily print out these little pieces of paper, however, print out 2 of them and just glue them back to back onto a toothpick, and then you have a perfect little decoration for a cupcake. And I put different kinds of sprinkles on the top just to decorate them as well.